sailing Decorum, we head to Santa Cruz and then continue on sailing south down to San Simeon and explore the Hearst Castle. Okay, one brand new shiny alternator installed via Amazon. The belt nice and tight. This one happens to be 75 amps, and the old one was 50. So let's hope it works and charges up these batteries. Well, that was pretty interesting. We just left Half Moon Bay Harbor. The swell's about 9 feet today. There's a couple big reefs on the outside of the harbor. Big crashing waves coming over the reefs, and one of them made it through and then reformed and broke right beside the boat. Coffee everywhere, all big mess inside. Everything went flying. But how was that, Jess?
Not happy.
Didn't really see it coming until the last second. I mean, it just a rolling wave, and then all of a sudden it just rose up and started breaking. I put the bow into her, and hey, good morning. Let's go to Santa Cruz. Again, there wasn't a whole lot of wind forecasted, but we wanted to get south. And it was only 50 miles, about 10 hours. So we'd be motoring Decorum. Some pretty big and exciting news happened today here on Decorum. Jessica? Well, every day we've been traveling down the coast, we've been heading dead south. Today, our course has now turned southeast.
That's exciting news.
Yeah, we're going southeast now. We'll be going southeast all the way down till the tip of Baja, Cabo San Lucas, till we turn and go east. The winds were definitely light, but it was a little rolly, so we put up the sails, which helped steady the boat, make everything a little more comfortable, maybe pick up an extra half a knot of speed. Just coming into Santa Cruz Harbor, May, not sure, but right behind me there, somewhere, Steamer's Lane, pretty famous surf spot. One of the first places in America the Hawaiians brought surfing. Either this side or that side of the pier. See if we can anchor. But the swell's still pretty big. It really pulls off in there. Well, we found a place to lock up the dinghy just at the public boat launch, as to the harbor master's request to put it there. It's right over there. Now we gotta walk 5 kilometers back to the pier where we're anchored to have a look at the pier. heading out of Santa Cruz. Nice town, nice boardwalk. However, fairly inaccessible by dinghy. I'd like to stay longer, but it's too hard to get to shore and back. So we're gonna go to Morro Bay. It's 26 hours away. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
We're going.
We sailed on into the night, like any ordinary night. Jess would take the first watch, I would take the first sleep. When she gets tired, I wake up and drive on till morning. But this wasn't going to be any ordinary night. Something was waiting for us. We'd been seeing some small patches of floating bullkelp. It's become disconnected from the seafloor, like the one the seagull's on. But we would find one that was 200 times this size in the middle of the night. Well, we're just motoring along, and all of a sudden I seen what I thought was oil or something, and well, sure picking that up, but that's kelp, as far as you can see. It's everywhere. Guess I'm gonna try and sail out of this so it doesn't get too caught up in the crop. I took a screenshot of our navionics. It's basically the Google Maps of the sea. You can see we came in from the left side of the screen, and when we hit where the question mark was, well, that's where the kelp was. We come to a dead stop. I had to turn off the engine to not overheat it. Could have sucked kelp into the engine and clog it all up. So I tried to dig myself free with a boat hook. That wasn't working. I tried to put up the jib. There was hardly any wind. We ended up going backwards about 4 miles, and we're only 15 miles offshore. Each piece of kelp probably weighs about 30 pounds, plus all its water weight. And there was millions of them. It took about 3 hours to get free. In the morning, we were lucky enough to have a whale swim close enough to catch on camera. See him just mid-screen there. Hearst Castle on top of that hill. We hadn't intended to stop in San Simeon, but the swell was nice and the bay looked protected, so we decided we'd head in instead of continuing on throughout the day. Jessica, what are you doing?
Going to the castle.
Tell us a bit about it.
Super rich man built it when, in like 1920? It's crazy. Collected everything from around the world. And it's full of stuff, and we're gonna go look at it. It's right there.
So we're just walking up to the visitor center. You have to get on a bus. It takes you up to the castle. And you get to do tours. So we're doing a tour. Alex Trebek. He narrated the bus trip. Mr. Hearst spent about 50 years building this castle. He'd sent his men around the world, buying churches, museums, basically ripping them apart, shipping them on a train across Europe to the ocean, ship them across there, back on train, all the way up to California, and install it all here. Nobody can ever tell what this place is worth. Mostly because nobody's assembled this many art pieces in one place. Nobody's taken churches apart from Europe and brought them to America and turned them into a castle. Parts of Egypt, parts of Spain. All the best treasures, all in one place. The floors, the roofs, the walls, the stones, the bricks, the tiles. They all used to be in Europe. What did you think of that?
This is the craziest place I've ever been in my life.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you want to get notifications for when our new episodes are out, click the subscribe button. Or just check on Tuesday mornings. We try to release them then, as best we can.